Between July 1st and July 14th, 1916, along the coast of New Jersey, 5 people were attacked by sharks. 4 of them died. The incidents occurred at established seaside resorts during peak summer tourism. They unfolded over 12 days. They altered public perception of the ocean in the United States. Before 1916, shark attacks were considered rare, almost implausible along the northeastern seaboard. Marine experts of the era often dismissed sharks as timid scavengers, not aggressive hunters of humans. One prominent skeptic was Hermann Ulrichs, a wealthy businessman and amateur naturalist, who once mocked the very idea of shark attacks by saying that, quote,
"A shark simply will not attack a human. That cherry pie over there is more likely to attack you than a shark is."
The director of the American Museum of Natural History, Frederick Lucas, held a similar position. Speaking before the events of 1916, Lucas argued confidently that, quote,
"Certainly no shark caught off of New Jersey could possibly perform such an act. A shark is not particularly strong in the jaws."
In other words, the scientific consensus of the time was clear. Sharks were not a threat. That assumption collapsed in July. Beach Haven, New Jersey. Charles Van Sant, a 25-year-old from Philadelphia, entered the water before dinner at the Ingleside Hotel. Witnesses later reported that he cried out suddenly. Lifeguards and bystanders pulled him ashore. His left leg had been severely bitten. He died that evening from blood loss. Local authorities initially resisted labeling the incident a shark attack. The Philadelphia Public Ledger reported,
"Physicians are at a loss to explain the cause of the young man's injuries."
The beaches remained open. 5 days later, on July 6th, in Spring Lake, Charles Bruder, a 27-year-old bell captain at the Essex and Sussex Hotel, went swimming approximately 130 yards offshore. Witnesses saw him suddenly struggle. Lifeguards rowed out. They brought him back missing both legs below the knee. He died shortly after being removed from the water. This time, newspapers were explicit. The New York Times reported,
A shark of unusual size attacked and killed a young man while he was swimming.
Public concern intensified, but officials still avoided declaring the coast unsafe. One of the first medical authorities willing to break with the prevailing scientific skepticism was Dr. William G. Schaeffler, a medical examiner who examined the injuries. After reviewing the wounds, he stated plainly,
"There is not the slightest doubt that a man-eating shark inflicted the injuries."
The debate was ending. Reality was beginning. On July 12th, events shifted dramatically inland. In Matawan Creek, approximately 11 miles from the open ocean, 11-year-old Lester Stilwell was swimming with friends. Witnesses later described seeing him pulled under. Several boys ran for help. Stanley Fisher, 24, entered the water in an attempt to recover the child's body. He was attacked. Fisher was brought ashore with catastrophic injuries and died hours later. The following day, Joseph Dunn, 14, was attacked in the same creek but survived after family members fought the shark off. Years later, Dunn would recall the moment in simple, chilling terms.
"I felt my leg going down the shark's throat. I thought it would swallow me."
Shark kills 2 bathers in Matawan Creek.
The location stunned experts. The idea that a shark could travel upriver and attack in brackish water contradicted prevailing scientific opinion. By mid-July, fear along the Jersey coast had escalated into organized response. Beach attendants declined sharply. Local authorities armed patrol boats. Fishermen began hunting sharks. President Woodrow Wilson was briefed on the situation. According to contemporary accounts, federal authorities discussed coordinated efforts to address public safety concerns along the coast. The federal response was limited, but symbolically significant. It marked one of the earliest instances of federal acknowledgement of shark-related danger. On July 14th, in Asbury Park, 24-year-old Alexander Ott was attacked but survived. The pattern, coastal resorts followed by inland creek, fueled widespread alarm. Newspapers began referring to
man-eating shark.
On July 14th, taxidermist and fisherman Michael Schleiser caught a large shark near Raritan Bay. When the shark was opened, human remains were reportedly found inside. The shark was identified by some contemporary scientists as a great white shark. Others later proposed the possibility of a bull shark, known for tolerating brackish water. The species debate continues among historians and marine biologists. In total, 5 attacks, 4 deaths, 12 days. Before 1916, shark attacks in the northeastern United States were virtually undocumented. After 1916, the ocean was viewed differently. Beaches implemented new patrol systems. Scientific research on shark behavior expanded. The events entered American cultural memory. Decades later, novelist Peter Benchley studied the 1916 attacks while researching a book about a rogue shark terrorizing a beach community. That novel became Jaws. And in the film adaptation, the police chief, Martin Brody, reminds skeptical officials that the danger had happened before. As the character says in the movie,
"It happened before, the Jersey Beach, 1916. 5 people chewed up on the surf."
But in 1916, there was no cinematic framing. There were telegrams, funerals, and newspaper columns attempting to interpret what had occurred. The Asbury Park Press wrote,
Terror of sea grows as shark menace increases.
The panic did not last the entire summer, but the perception did. The attacks challenged scientific assumptions about shark behavior, reshaped coastal safety practices, and marked one of the first nationally covered marine threat crises in American history. The Jersey Shore shark attacks were not myth. They were documented incidents that occurred within a defined period, under public observation and under national scrutiny. They revealed how quickly confidence in nature can collapse, and how quickly fear can travel faster than the tide.